I love a buttered biscuit.
Good evening, all you fine folks. How are you doing? Hey, Erin Olivia. Good to see you. Looks like Christine, you're going to work. We'll watch on replay. Mo, Chat, and Shizzy. Well, welcome, and I hope you enjoy it on the replay. Good to see you making it. Hey, cool gamer. Glad you could make it. And hello, Erin Olivia. As usual, we will have our wonderful Mo will be joining us after she finishes up with her stream here in about 30 minutes or so. And whenever she comes in, we'll continue on where we left off, which was about 2 hours, 7 minute match, something like that. So I've got this recording back where we sort of left off, just to get you guys caught up where we were at in this. Should give enough time by the time that Mo shows up and makes it in here that you could see everything. What's up, Savages? Good to see you, Jacob. Glad you could make it in tonight, man. Really good to see you. It's awesome. Yeah, it is very, 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 very cool. Yeah, so we've got more of the Sandy Beachnut or Beacham, sorry, Beacham trial. Beach, yeah, beaches, them sons of beaches. That we're going to be doing. We're going to be covering some more of that, and with Mo's wonderful wit, and me being as cheesy as Cheese Whiz, it'll be fun. It'll be a good time. Mo's always a good time to hang out with. Yes, I am drinking tonight. I had a long day today. It was not what I was expecting to do today or how my day was supposed to go. Um, Ended up running a little bit later, getting the inside of the shed painted, which was fun. Yeah, it was a party. Being covered in paint, I probably still have some under my nails or something. It's crazy. But managed to get all that stuff done today. Had a morning stream, and of course, here I am again. The girls have gigs calling you Wizzy nuts. They should have giggles. They should enjoy it. I've got all kinds of names for that. It's so hopefully everything starts running smooth on this thing. I'm just waiting for all the whatever the computer's going to do, because it starts blinking and acting funky this time of night. I think it's looking for a porn bot or something. It'll be nice to get my desktop back again. At some point, that's going to happen. Hopefully, sooner rather than later. Oh, it's been a crazy, crazy month, and it's only halfway there. Um, I will be out of town this weekend, so I probably won't have any streams this weekend. Thursday will be the I'll do a morning show on Thursday, and then you guys won't hear back from me until possibly Sunday night. We'll see. We'll see how things work out. Um, I may be back in time to do something, but no guarantees on that. May just be exhausted from a long weekend. So we'll see. We will see. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and get this thing pulled up so we can at least get this started. So whenever the wonderful Mo shows up, we can. I got a kernel of corn stuck in my mouth. It sucks. I think I got it. Damn. Full screen. There we go. And share this. So there we go. That's the screen I wanted to get pulled up. And make sure that resizes properly. It's going to act funky on me is what's going to happen. There we go. All right. See, I don't need full screen. I just need full screen in the window. It's so weird. It's been a crazy week. Been a crazy week. Been a crazy month. Been a crazy year so far. I mean, if you haven't noticed all the lunacy going on in the world over the past, like, I don't know, less than a month, I was just like, wow. Wow, just it's hard to believe this is already February. But here we go. We'll bring this thing up.
Okay.
Bring up some audio here and make it a little bit louder.
Because you've got caught.
Those captions.
What are you trying to say? He had guns.
Give it some normal speed here.
You know about it?
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, I'm sure it will. I'm sure that it will.
Maybe.
And I want to talk about that.
So we watched this last week with
You know about
we're just catching up to where everything else is at on this.
whatever we need to.
I'm not trying to tackle them in trouble.
It's
Not about that anymore.
It's not. It's not. We want to make sure everybody's safe, and including your dad. You know, I mean, I don't want your dad hurting himself or doing something weird, right? Or coming after us. It's unregistered gun. I think you should.
Yeah.
I think you just be as honest as you
I
can.
know I said that. I come and ask me before I said
It's okay. You just, I think, you know, they are, you know, it's not yours.
all the other ones are just so funny.
Crazy. Lord. Wish we just stop messing up.
Are we gonna go back home tonight?
Yeah, no, we'll probably see my grandma.
Yeah, okay.
Or go by my keys for the boys. I need to be with the boys. So maybe we'll stay at that station.
Oh, and also, you guys, you know,
I don't know.
I don't know if I shouted out enough, but Vilhammer Media has the whole thing on his channel. He has the upgraded audio to it, and then also MLS has the full video of it there. Also, he was the one that was downloaded it. He sent it over. Vilhammer enhanced the audio on it, so it wasn't so bad. But we were able to, you know, with you know, with the wonderful YouTube technology, be able to bring this to you with a little bit of commentary. Of course, Mo, she is so witty with this. She and because she didn't watch the trial, this really is interesting for her to find out sort of where it's coming from. These two have a very bad relationship. They've both learned to manipulate each other. That mother sucks. Abso-freaking-lutely. It is amazing that mom has been able to manipulate her way through life so much. It's just oof. It's harsh. It is absolutely harsh. And I feel for this kid because it doesn't look like it's going to be a healthy relationship as she gets older.
I don't know where you go.
I hate being in this position. You know, it was like that when you were out of town. You know, I was in this position when you guys were out of town. This is so stupid stuff. I was in this position when you were out of town, Mom. We shouldn't do this type of thing.
No, it's not right.
Let me stay with him.
No, it's not
We
right.
ended up staying with him. You better not let that happen.
There you go. This is why I'm here. I'm just trying to make
No.
sure that we are
It's
protected.
so awful that
It's
this
not
girl is
okay.
saying she doesn't want to spend
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm scared too. I'm scared that
I was just waiting out there for him to do it.
it's gonna come out.
Good evening, T-Rex. Glad you could make it in. We're letting everybody sort of get caught up to where we left off last week. And of course, Mo will be dropping in here in a bit. That should be in I'd say probably about 15 minutes or so. And we've got I mean, if we do make it through this tonight, which no guarantees that we will, if we do manage to make it through this tonight, which we don't mind taking our time with it. Somebody said at the rate we're going, we could probably be another year before we complete both the interviews, at least. I don't mind. because spending time with Mo is an absolute blast. So that, and make sure you guys, have checked out Veilhammer Media and MLS, or Making Law Simple. If Mo doesn't come on soon, I'm out. I can't stare at Sadie, and Shiz Ugly Mug without some comic relief. I'm telling you, you can't look at this ugly thing. No, Mo should be on here in about 15 minutes. Probably a little bit longer than that. She has to shut down her stream whenever she finishes up her stream. She usually joins in, and then the hilarity ensues, because that's what we do. I'll be back a bit once Daytona 500 is over. The big one just happened, so we're going into NASCAR overtime. Wow. Well, very cool. Glad you can enjoy that. T-Rex, hey, mother trucker.
I don't know. Your dad's
That's
crazy.
my question.
Yeah, you can tell what you need to. Please just be honest, baby girl.
Love you.
I love you.
Bye.
See you in a few minutes.
It's like no concern for that child. It's a big show for the camera. So weird, so crazy. Yeah, if you're wondering, this is currently sped up a bit. It'll as she fake wipes tears, and as they come back in, she acts a little different, checking messages. I didn't even know this guy. Yeah, she's got some sort of issue going on here. Lord. Oh, it's disgusting.
Oh, got you. That was okay. I get it. I don't remember that was.
That to me was really weird. So she stops. They stop it. She's like, "Oh, I got you," and it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense of what they're talking about until. She's got to clear the spite out of her throat. That will woman has very little love in her life. She needs to get more.
Hey. Are you texting?
No, I'm just looking. Can't have service.
No one does. Fill all the paperwork out.
Don't you?
No. I don't have to. It's at his house. At home at his house.
No, that's
205. And so we'll be pausing it here just for a little bit, watching the race, but sort of here. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, Scott. No, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, everybody likes a little NASCAR, don't they? If nothing else, to make fun of it. I mean, come on. There is nothing wrong with making fun of NASCAR or going to enjoy NASCAR. Hopefully you do both. Go and have fun making the fun of it. Absolutely. Good to see you, Scott. Man, oh man, oh man. It has been a wild ride. I'm waiting for my computer to calm down. Right now it keeps blinking in and out. And I'm not sure if it's doing the same for you. I hope that it's not doing the same for you. It's just mine that's acting really weird. It is annoying as hell, though, whenever it does this. Hey, McGee, what is up? Tinko Tits McGee. Good to see you. I hope you are doing well and you're relaxing and enjoying your evening. I really do. As I said, my computer acting really funky. It keeps blinking in and off. Oh, hey, Salty Dog. Glad you can make it. Glad you can make it in here. Yeah. So Shady Sadie, she's managed to see it. Every time I pause like that, it's because my whole computer, I'm not sure if it's shutting down and restarting, but it does this like for probably the first 30 minutes of me opening up a stream and doing it. It's aggravating on this laptop. It is what it is. It's the BS that I have to deal with. Hey, Young, how are you doing? How are you doing? Good to see you. I'm glad you could make it in. Oh, good. I can take my anger out on Sadie. Perfect. You shouldn't have a whole lot of anger. You should be just completely chilled, relaxed, calm. Find that zen of she's fake crying, doing her. Oh, excellent, Mo Ray. Good to see you. Good to see you. All you wonderful people, John Croman. I'm probably saying that wrong. Come. Oh man, see, I'm gonna mess it up. She's fake crying, doing her Jesus chest exercises. Yeah. Hey, Phoenix Fire. Lefty, what's up? Good to see you. Hey, and now it's Shizzy to Fizzy, the sexiest voice on the YouTube. Oh, Becca, that's so nice of you to say. Atheist Ant. Mo Raid, happy birthday, Atheist Ant. Happy birthday. I'm glad to see that you're here with us. I got bad news today, so you're mad and said, I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. Mo said goodbye to us, saying we could lightly touch Sadie. I don't want to touch anything on her. Well, it depends on what you're touching. I mean, and how you're touching it. Mo just dumped her deep end on you. I love it. Hey, congratulations, BL Blazy. I haven't seen you here before, so welcome from Shizzywhiznut, and Mo is also. You can say Cummings. Hey, John Cummings. I like that, Cummings. That's good. Dang, I missed a whole half hour. No, you didn't miss. You really did not miss a whole lot of anything, Becca Lynn. What I did is I rewound it so we could catch up to where everybody was sort of on the same page. I'm waiting for Mo to come in before we kick it off like hardcore, and then she'll be joining in with us. Becca Lynn, Shizzy isn't even all that conservative. Shit. You have no idea. That ain't Sprite. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, atheist. I'm so glad the atheist ant is celebrated another revolution around the sun. Election year and Trump on trial is a double dangerous place to be on the internet for little leftists like me. Don't worry. I only hold my wife against me, and she's a leftist, so I won't hold it against you. We'll be here in a second. She's just doing a hand job right now. Well, that's good for her. I mean, she does work well with her hands. That's an undercover and hard cop for sure. I keep missing when OA first comes in. Oh, you keep missing that? Oh, well, we can rewind it a little bit. I'll never time this right. Well, we can rewind a little bit. You narcs, she is not a narc. That is the daughter. Hey, Shizzy. Hey, Jude. How's it going? Speaking of greetings, my wonderful redheaded love.
Hello.
How you doing?
Okay.
Oh, excellent. Both like purple. Everybody likes purple. How can you not like purple? Purple's a wonderful color. It is.
Especially if it's a beret or rain.
Yes, purple rain, purple rain. So they want to see whenever AO comes in, and I was like, I'll bring it back just a little bit. Daddy Dom likes purple too. I don't know who Daddy Dom is.
He's the Texas guy who what's his name? He met his high school love again during the coof. She convinced him that she was getting all of the abuse by her husband, who had no idea, all of the
Darren
all
Lopez.
of the multiple, Darren Lopez.
Okay,
all of
that
the
makes sense.
Multiple loves and such, and it was just like, what the actual?
Well, it's this is why guys get suckered into this kind of shit. I mean,
she looked like Grimace. Okay, Grimace, and you're telling me that 7 dudes paid money to go have this Mexi time with her? Yeah. 7 during the coof.
I'm surprised that wasn't more.
Okay, well.
No, I'm serious. No, think about this. No matter how unattractive a woman is, if she says that she's going to put out, she's going to find guys that are going to take her up on that.
Shizzy, I weep for male kind. I really do.
You should. You should. You absolutely should. But that is one thing that women have the advantage of, is they can sort of control whenever they're going to give you sex.
Oh God.
No matter how unattractive a man is, there's a woman out there that'll show it all to you, and you won't have to kill someone for her. Absolutely.
Allegedly. Don't tell me how to love Lefty.
Oh, thanks, got her girl. Oh, got her girl. She's probably gonna be streaming tomorrow too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'll have to go check.
Seriously, dumpster puppy, you sleep on my bed?
Well, yeah. Why not? It's so cozy. I mean, and I have a whole bed to myself. I don't have to kick anybody out of it. I can just be there all by myself.
Oh yeah. Until he's
These are like mopeds. They're fun to ride. You just don't want your friends to find out. Exactly. But
Oh my
that's the thing.
goodness.
It would not be uncommon for whenever I was a musician that you'd get all of the least attractive women. They're just like, I'll do you. I was just like, okay, that's fine. I'm filled up. I'm filled up. I'm good.
I'm a priest. I've taken a vow of celibacy. I'm a
Well,
Padawan.
and
I can't. I'm a Jedi.
sometimes I think that they were sent in there as sort of like the first wave, you know?
Like they're storming Omaha Beach.
Yeah. It's like, oh, we could afford their hurt feelings, like, because I mean, kicking back and just like, being a musician, you're on tour, so you have to sort of be nice to everybody, and of course it would be the rather unattractive ones that would like seek you out. Oh, you're the musician. And some of them, just were really cool to talk with. They had really good insights, and it was the ones that were just like, I will do you right now. Just take me, parking lot. It's fine. Whatever. I don't care if people watch. It's just whatever. And it would be just sort of like, no, that's okay. That's okay. Just you're cool to hang out with, you're cool to talk with. And then of course they would sort of like disappear. And then the next wave would come, and they were slightly more attractive, and they would like, you know, you know, maybe you can come meet up with me after the show kind of thing. You're like, oh, that's all that's okay. I'm good. It's like, no, really, really, come meet me after the show. I know what room you're staying in. And then they would show up and like carve into your door, like, we have drugs. Here's our number, and like leave their phone number, stuff like that. And then of course you got the ones that were a little more chill. They were quite a bit more attractive, and they had a little bit of that, like, okay,
Dignity?
we see that you're not that kind of guy, that you're not just going to bang the first thing that comes through the door. So do I meet your standards? And you go, how about we sit here and talk for a little bit, get to know you, find out if you're not gonna. I don't want to wake up in the morning and like lose a limb or something like that, or other parts of the nether region, anything like that. So sort of suss those out a little bit, because some of them would be just like, all of a sudden they would start laughing or something. It would be like this witch's cackle, and you could see like the red veins behind their eyes, sort of the little like, I'm about to snap. It's all it
Okay,
takes is,
that's mixed messages, because the next thing you're gonna say is that the crazy ones have the best smexy time.
yes.
So, what level of crazy versus what level of smexy time? Because it
All
feels
of them
like
are.
there's a
Well, you have to hit that right level, and then if you wait around long enough, then you just go home alone. Because
seems like
like
the safest option at that point if they're
sometimes it
carving
is.
things into your door.
Well, it
Just
would be
throwing
it would be like that every so often. I can tell you some stories. I shouldn't opine on it, because you never know whenever one of those ladies might be watching.
They're like, "Shizzy, I still love you.
I still love you. That was me that carved my number in your door.
You never called me back, and I had the bag too. It was
I
a
was
dime bag."
No, it would be much worse than that. Oh, we've seen some crazy stuff on the road. It's all about how brave you're feeling. It's not about brave. It's just, you could also sort of pick out the ones that were going to be a little more enjoyable than the other ones to spend your evening with. Like, you could sort of pick out the level of crazy that you wanted, and the amount of
Like a Tempur-Pedic or a Sleep Number bed.
yes, yes. Like there was while I was in Dallas, I found some really cool friends that were like really cool to hang out with. Um, so
All I'm seeing is Oklahoma or Omaha Beach in a Sleep Number bed, which is totally inappropriate. So listen not to me.
well, see, what I found was the ones that were not quite attractive. They were okay. They were cute. Like, but they were more fun to hang out with. Like you could sit there and you could shoot the shit, drink some beers, smoke some cigarettes, and you'd be up until like 5 o'clock in the morning just hanging out, shooting the shit. It's having a blast, having a great time. Those were the ones I tended to hang out with. The advantage to that was is they would always hook me up with all like the hot chicks. Like, "Oh, I've got like this really good friend of mine. Like she's engaged and stuff, but she'll like totally do you. And there'd be no strings attached. She's like she'll just be like doing her thing and she'll be on her way." I was like, okay, I'll talk with her. It's like, so they were really good for that. And then on top of that, we could just hang out and shoot the shit. But it was weird. Dallas was awesome. I enjoyed Dallas. I have a fond memories of Texas. Yes.
And JR liked that was just a dream too. So he liked Dallas too.
Thought you were talking about dates, not hookers. I was talking about being a musician. I heard Debbie did Dallas. I don't know. Tell Mo about their snarky hooker from Alaska trial. Oh yeah. If you haven't been watching, just go back and watch MG Laws.
I have to watch that.
It is. Oh, she is awesome. She is so
I
good.
was stress cleaning because my doctor stated the painfully obvious this morning, and I was deciding not to weld. He was like, "Ma'am, I think that your underlying problem, if you will, is pain."
Yes, that's what he said. I love this. You can't f me, but you can f my friend. That was common. This would be common. And some of them had boyfriends and whatnot, or they just weren't really into you, like sexually. That would be sort of the common denominator. Like I had one girl that she really cool. She said, I saved a picture from you that was hung up on the wall. And what it was is I had two strippers, one on either side of me, that came up and they wanted me to put my arms around them. So I had my arms around them, and then this guy came up with a camera. I also have to understand I had a mohawk, like, you know.
Ooh.
And so I'm sitting there, and the guy's like, "Okay, now lift up their shirts." And I'm just like, I'm not lifting up their shirts. And they're like, "No, go ahead, lift up our shirts. It's fine." So I'm lifting up their shirts and I'm looking like this. I was like, yes, this is nice. You know, nothing like fake plastic boobs in the 90s. It's great. So you lift it up and you're just like, huh. Well, he snapped a picture while my head was turned. And this girl recognized my face. And what she did is she cut out the two chicks and kept my head. She was like, because it was a really cool look, like the way my hair was all spiked, spiked out. No, I never did the unwanted touching on women. If they were just like, "No, please do it," I was like, okay. But no, there was never that. It was always hands off kind of thing. Too much trouble. Too much trouble. You get in a lot of trouble, especially being on the road. Ooh, it'd be like, oh, he touched me inappropriately. Yeah, it was still big in the 90s. Oh, trust me, women were still, very, very much the same way. I'd ask to see your chart and see if they have an info incorrectly, for goodness sakes.
No, he knows my diagnosis. He's just like, "I think your baseline issue is pain." I was like, "Well, thank you, Svengali, for figuring that one out. Now try world peace while you're at it, Mensa member." I was like, "Giblets H cripes. Are you kidding me?" The look I gave him must have been bold, caps, and underlined because he looked at me like, "Yeah, it is unfortunate that your pain seems to be the cause of all your other problems."
Yeah.
It was like, "No shit."
No shit. How long did you have to go to school to figure that out, Doc? Because
I
I mean,
was just like
I figured that out like within the first like 15 minutes.
I was like, "Thanks. I'm glad I get to sit here while you tell me this. Awesome. Can I leave now?"
My wife's blood work came back. She went to the doctor the other day and they told her, "Oh, we need you to go in and get some more blood drawn, like immediately."
Oh, fun.
She was like, "Why? What happened?" She said, "Well, we found like high amounts of potassium in your blood. More than likely, it's nothing, but it 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 usually happens because the blood starts to break down and release potassium, and more than likely that's what happens. So we want you to come in, get another blood test, because if not, that means there could be some serious problems. Usually your heart starts to fail whenever you have that much potassium in your blood, kind of thing. So they're just like, yeah, you
It
come in."
Wonderful, because it's not like you go directly to Doctor Google to figure out what the hell you're dying from now, you know?
I I hate doctors with a passion. I really do, because
Pretty much, me too.
I've got excessive pain in my left hand. And it's from playing bass for so long, because the position that I hold my hand in from playing, we're talking anywhere between whenever I first started playing for the first 5 years, it'd be somewhere about 10 to 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year for about 5 years, just constantly playing, mastering my technique. And then it was every night for about 6 hours a night. That didn't include practices or anything like that. So weekends I would play every weekend for sure, and then sometimes throughout the week, and then there would be practice and stuff like that. So you multiply that plus, another 20 years on top of that, and there's this like pain that just doesn't go away. It's arthritis and carpal tunnel and tendonitis is what they tell me. I'm like, yeah, but why is my thumb numb? Why can I not feel anything? Like, why can I cut my finger and not feel anything? Like the nerve is pinched or something. They're like, yeah, we don't really handle that. We can send you to another specialist. I was like, then what was the point of taking all these x-rays and MRIs? Well, we just wanted to figure out if it was something easy. I was like, do you realize how much this shit costs? Like, kiss my ass. I was like, I'll suffer through the pain. Fuck you guys.
Pretty much.
I don't like doctors.
I don't yeah, so, yeah, that's basically kind of my thoughts too. So
Well, that is because you are hanging from the ceiling, Tinkle Tits. That's why. If you weren't hanging from the
Ooh,
ceiling, you wouldn't have this problem. Tinkle
a
Tits.
rope bunny, I see. I
No,
see
Tinkle
you.
Tits. I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. Pain. You should have that diagnosed. You might have pain. Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. So is the fault of the insurance companies. They run that shit. No, not whenever you're going in to see the doctor. Like, I just want to know why I have no feeling in my left thumb. It's gone. Like, and they're like, oh, you have arthritis. Yeah, I know I have arthritis. Oh, you have carpal tunnel syndrome. Yeah, I know. Okay. So, oh, well, you also have tendonitis. Okay. So why do I not have any feeling here? What nerve is pinched? What do I need to break here to get the feeling back? Do I like need to slam it in a door or something? Do I need to rip my thumb out? I mean, what I can do to get feeling back in my thumb, because this is really disconcerting. They're just like, yeah, well, just here, take two of these and call us in the morning. Yeah, they want to give me all kinds of drugs and stuff like that. It's like, no, I'm not taking any of your drugs. It's like, here's what's going to happen. My cholesterol is going to spike. My heart is going to fail. My lungs are going to collapse. I'm going to have like 10 different types of cancer. And then I will pass sweetly into the night. And you know what? I'm not going to take any of your fucking drugs. I'm done with you guys. Doctors, you done screwed it up for me. I'm done playing your shit. It's like,
Pretty much.
but you could take this and it'll make you feel so much better. I mean, I'll take some Advil. Okay, that helps for pain medicine. But you're telling me that I got to get on some sort of morphine drip or something? No. Let the pain come in waves. Let it go.
I never used to be full Woody Harrelson and Joe Rogan, but they're starting to speak sense to me.
Yeah, different kind of drugs. Different kind of drugs. I love drugs too. Different kind of drugs. No, I mean it's one of those things. Yeah. Our insurance companies dictate what treatments can be done and when. That's not the problem. It had nothing to do with insurance because I have a health savings account. So that's how my money is spent. It is like a credit card. I can go to any doctor. There is no network. There is no insurance company. It's my health savings account that covers all of that medical procedures. They still couldn't figure this shit out after, what was it? Like $6 or $7 grand, like all said and done. I was like, and you guys are completely fucking worthless. No, thank you. It's like, I'll tell you what, I'll just do the opposite of what you tell me to do. And that'll probably fix it. If not, then it'll just be an early freaking grave.
Have you tried bee stings? Because Dale Gribble tried that on King of the Hill.
Oh, Jesus, no. That's the problem. I'm not looking for drugs. I'm not looking for any of that shit. I'm not looking for drugs or any sort of pain management kind of thing. What I want to know is what's causing the problem. Okay, as a mechanic, if somebody comes in and they see my car is pulling to the right, I diagnose what the problem is. I go, okay, the reason your car is pulling to your right is because you have a flat tire on the right-hand side. And so it's pulling that direction because that's what everything wants to do. Or you have a broken tire on it. It could be any number of things. But I diagnose what the problem is and find a fix for it. With the human body, I imagine it's no different. It has same mechanics, maybe slightly different every which way. But, X goes to Y, goes to Z, like the finger is connected to the hand bone, and the hand bone's connected to the wrist bone, connected to the arm bone, connected to the funny bone. It's all connected. And you're a doctor. You went to school to figure out what all is connected, where all these little nerve endings go. If you don't know what they are, then well, maybe you just need to go back to school, or maybe you should have never been given a degree. You have to remember that even the guy that does the worst as a doctor that passes his medical license, even if he passes it just with 1 point above it, you still call him doctor. Doesn't mean he's the greatest doctor. It just means he's 1 point above the rest. Gotta go, cool gamer. You have a good one. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Doctors have learned that for a test, but they don't do that all day. They don't know it now. Don't care. Don't care. You go to a specialist that handles sports medicine, then you would expect that guy to see these things quite often. There's a reason why I won't go and see a doctor about my shoulder. My brother-in-law, he said, "Oh, more than likely you have what do they call that? Whenever, baseball players tend to do this damage, torn rotator cuff.
Rotator cuff.
Yeah, you said more than likely you have a torn rotator cuff, and it's not healing properly, or it hasn't healed properly. Because I can't throw a baseball anymore, like without excessive pain. I mean, it's just, I was playing toss with the dog, and well, it stopped working. My arm did. Now I can throw like a girl.
Hey, just underhand it. Just lob it.
Go see a psychiatrist.
No, a physiatrist. So physiatrists are a little bit different. They're more in movement. So they study movement and how the body moves versus
Okay.
uh versus psychiatrist, not a shrink. I mean,
Well,
but they're more in the study of how the joints move and everything else. So they're not physical therapists. They actually do more study than physical therapists, but they really study how the body moves and what's all involved in that.
so would that be one of the people that I could just go, hey, can you pull my finger?
If you get a cool one, I mean, if you get an ass, probably.
Because that's what it feels like it needs. It feels like someone just needs to pull it.
Yeah, I mean,
Not
I'm not a doctorologist, but
hey, doc,
maybe
can you pull my finger?
just try shocking it. Just like, when you're doing your electrical work, just like red wire, black wire,
And then grab
shock
a
it
hold of
just a
them
little
on either
bit.
side.
See if it resets it. You need a reboot.
No, I actually stopped going to like the annual physical. And they're like, oh, your cholesterol is high. I'm like, okay.
Well,
It's like,
yeah, so
it's
my
like,
doctor was like, "Your carnivore diet is what's really, hindering you." I'm like, "Yeah, it's the bacon's fault. The
yeah,
bacon is aggravating the pain. I'm sure that's what it is."
right. It's like,
It's
okay.
just I was like, "Okay, I give up. Please let me leave now. I have my young child with me. I need to go smoke, and I need to leave right now before I say all the curse words in your face."
Yeah. Oh, well, hmm. We'll play some more shit
Yeah,
for you crying from
let's
Sadie.
play a woman that also makes me wanna say all the curse words.
Yeah. Well, and this is about the time that AO comes in. So hooray.
Fill all the paperwork out. Thank you. No, I don't have to. It's at his house. At home at his house.
Oh, that's their joy.
Yes, it is. Bacon is God.
I made this thing while I was just sitting there. I was so bored. I was just like, okay. They at least have a phone that you can play a game on or something.
Someone is still pissed she didn't get a real phone.
Oh yeah. From mom. Mom had a nice phone. She still does.
I'm hungry.
Wait, would you get your 12-year-old a flip phone so they couldn't be surfing the interwebs whenever they're in school?
Pretty scared, Mom.
No shit.
Yep.
Like legit.
That sister is a mark.
We don't need him around to have a nice life.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I know.
Yeah, Sadie is terrible here.
I was trying to.
I mean, she really is talking to her daughter like
That's what I always do.
an
Just do it.
adult, like a best friend. These are adult conversations she should have with another adult friend. She is adultifying or parentifying her daughter, but also the daughter is much more adult and even kill than the mom. It's so weird.
Well, I would imagine that was I've seen this kind of behavior before with kids. They have no respect for their parent at all whatsoever. They run the show. I worked at this place. These two girls were sitting there. Mom's sitting right next to them, and one of the girls said something about her mother basically being a fucking bitch or cunt or some crap like that. While her mom's sitting there, the mom just sort of laughed it off. I was like, whoa. I was like, is this your mom right here? It's like, yes. And she knows she's a bitch. I was like, well, okay. Like, and mom is just, hey, 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 hey. I'm like, no, we ain't playing that. She just looked at me.
Shiz,
I was like, you're not going to sit here and talk to your mother like that in front of me. I don't give a damn who you are. Girl's like, you can't talk to me. You work here, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, I work here. What, you got a problem with that? I was like, my problem is you don't talk to your mother like that ever. That's not acceptable. That's not cool. And if your mother isn't going to say something, I sure as hell am. I don't know what your dad thinks about you acting this kind of an ass. And she's just like, just go. Just go. Here's your food. I don't even want your money. Just leave. Like, this is so depressing to me. This is horrible that you as a mother, one, let your child talk to you like this and call you a bitch in front of you because she thinks it's cute to be with her friend. It's like there's just no respect there. Just here, take your food and go. I don't want you in here anymore. Let mothers just like go. I was like, this
yeah,
is the kind of girl that's going to end up on some Jerry Springer show calling her mother a bitch, or Dr. Phil. It was before Dr. Phil, so. But it's like this is the kind of girl.
Phil
that's just
Donahue.
yeah. I was like, you just have lost all respect, and this is the kind of girl that mom is raised right here, where the child
Yeah.
pretty much says whatever she wants to say, does whatever she wants to do, unless the mother decides, oh, I'm not going to give you anything but a flip phone because you're being a little bitch. I can imagine her mother saying this to her too. You're just being a little bitch. Saying shit
I
like
mean,
you're just like your father.
Shizzy, can I tell you that I would still be in a coma if I said that to my mother? Like,
Yeah.
I'd still be with the tubes and everything. Because holy shit balls. Yeah. I mean, what in the gentle parenting has gone wrong with this generation? 'Cause it
Yeah.
snatch a child up, if
No,
that would
but you also have to understand this is probably how mom was raised. If mom didn't have that kind of discipline given to her, more than likely she's not going to give that discipline to the next generation. It just goes on and on and on. If she acted like this towards her mom, then to her it seems absolutely normal. I mean, here's a perfect example. If you ever been in a group dynamic, did you ever see the Bear, the TV show The Bear? It's about this cook in
no,
Chicago. Okay,
I have
there,
not.
there's a scene with Jamie Lee Curtis because Jamie Lee Curtis is dude's mother.
Oh,
There's
okay.
there's this scene, and it's around Thanksgiving or something, and they're constantly just yelling at one another and yelling back and forth across the room, and it's like this constant like it. My wife and I are watching this. We're just like, okay, I need to stop this right now, and I need to go outside and like take a breather away from watching this part of it because this kind of shit would stress me out. Like having people constantly yelling and arguing, like 10 different conversations going on all at once, and nothing's making a whole lot of sense. And people are telling each other, to just the most horrible shit, just constantly, like
Oh,
this constant motion of argument and stuff. And to them, that's absolutely normal. For me, it's like, that's not how I am. That's not how I was raised. And I've seen it with other group dynamics where it's just like constant, like mom's like at level 10 all the time, and the kids are at like level 11, and grandkids, and they're all just yelling. And I no, So for like I said, for her, I think it seems normal to her that her daughter would act like this, to where everybody else is like, yeah, this isn't normal behavior.
No, and it probably seems normal to her, but it's just a very odd dynamic that first of all, that the mom even brought the child with her. As a mom, I would want my kids as far away if I don't know what happened to this guy, especially if I thought that their father had done something to him, I would want my kids as far away from that because that would hurt them tremendously if their
Yes.
father had to go away. I would wanna make sure to shield them from them as much as possible. I mean, or am I wrong? I Am I parenting wrong? Am I
Mm-mm,
confused?
mm-mm.
I mean, eh
No. No. See, Chris, the way my niece talks to my sister really stresses me out. The attitude she uses is extremely disrespectful. On the other hand, your sister can also get very yellow at times. Yeah, but it does. It's one of those where you have to break it. You have to break that system, whatever the hell the system is that's causing issues. I don't know. See, I'm the type of person that if I'm sitting there with family members that are acting an ass, I'm just like, okay, you guys are acting like assholes, and I'm out. Like
I
I don't know what you guys' deal is, but I'm done because they're family, and it's like I love you guys, but I'm not going to be around this shit.
well, I've had to tell the boys multiple times, like, "Boys, when you are loud and my leg is hurting, it hurts me." And I've had to, had my husband remind them constantly because they have never met their inside voice yet. I don't know if it'll mature with them like puberty, if it will descend like their testicles. I have no idea if they will ever effing find their fucking inside voice at this point.
What you do is you put like a screaming baby in front of them that's screaming 24/7, and
They just they just shout louder, Shizzy.
the only way that that baby is going to stop crying is if you talk softer. They might
Shizzy.
figure it out.
I'm only half warming to this idea because the only thing that's supposed to put complex regional pain syndrome into sort of remission is having another child or being pregnant. And Mr. Mo is like, No, just F no." And I'm like, "Fine, I'll find someone else to help me. I'm sure Elon Musk will let me have Starlink if I have, um, Ferdinand Galileo plus sign coach sign tangent messiah. I'll be the only chick that's not a damn socialist that he's had a child with." I'm just saying.
That's true. As long as you get a Tesla out of it, it'd be worthwhile.
I don't even want a
Starlink
Tesla.
and a
I just
Tesla.
want Starlink.
Well, no, the Tesla is
Sir.
for the boys whenever they're old enough to drive.
Oh, dear God, no.
You just convinced me to pop one out. After my sister died, my mother and I used to scream at each other, drove my brother and father nuts. Yes. Yes, it would. How old can I sound? These darn kids today. Darn kids today, dog. Dagnabbit. I tell you about the time my stepdad had a Lifetime documentary about a case he messed up. Oh, Jesus.
I mean, I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh.
Starlink is only like $600. Take the Tesla. Remember, it's only a 9-month relief followed by 18 years of additional pain. Yes.
Damn it.
We
You're
got
right.
it. We got it.
I just need to rent a child. How do I? Oh, what are those weird, creepy robot things that we used to have in high school to stop chicks from getting knocked up?
Well,
Baby think it overs?
we called those eggs, weren't they?
No, they had
Didn't
the
they have,
little
like,
robot
egg?
babies,
Oh,
and they
they
would
didn't have that at
cry.
first. They gave 'em, like, a little egg that they had to put it in a nest, and they had to carry it around or some crap like that. I actually joined that class, and the teacher hated me with a passion. 'Cause
I can imagine.
she was hardcore feminist, and in the class, they were like, "There's 4 kinds of men, and the first kind of man, he's nice and decent, and then the rest of them, they just wanna fuck you." Just basically what she
Holy
said.
crap.
I was just like, I know half the girls in this class, and that's all they wanna do is fuck. I was like, "Lady, you have no idea what you're talking about. The women are worse than men." Oh, she did not like that. Oh, she did not like that. I was like, "You're sitting there making all guys sound like they're assholes and horrible, mean creatures." It's like what are you teaching these girls? Like, this is horrible. Like, you're an evil lady. I would tell her that, and of course, she finally was just like, "Don't come back to my class anymore." I was like, "Oh, fine." I thought we were in here. You wanted to have a discussion, an open discussion. All the other guys were too scared to say anything. I was like, "You guys are a bunch of pussies." I was like, stand up to this lady. Don't let her. She's talking about you guys. She's saying that you're a piece of shit. That's what she's saying. She's sitting here telling you, you guys are a piece of shit, and you're just going to let her get away with it. I ain't putting up that crap. They're like, get out of here. You're fired.
No, I remember that class in high school or 8th grade or whenever it was, and I was like, "Oh my god, people really do that?" And dear God, my parents did that. No, they didn't. I'm adopted.
Oh, it's crazy. All right, we'll get back to some more shady Sadie.
What are you going to do? This is too much. This is too much.
What? You don't know anything.
This is way too much, babe. This is way too much.
I don't know.
The daughter
Oh.
is how old at this time?
12? 12 at this time?
I mean, I have more frank conversations like this with my, say, 15 or 17-year-old. But again, some of these, I mean, they're older. This is not a conversation I'd be having with a 12-year-old at
No.
what, 8 o'clock in the evening?
No, not at all. Young, thanks for sharing that video of the puppers. Him digging in that bowl is hilarious. she showed me a short. She was like, "This is my pupper." Whenever he was little, and he's like this. He's like
Aw.
drinking out of a water bowl, and then he starts digging in it. It's just like, yes,
Oh.
doesn't know.
Fry is like, I is sleeping on your bed forever now. I hope you find another bed.
Still think the Tinkle Tit. I keep telling you, that's the daughter. Yes, it's a Hello Kitty backpack that gives it away, isn't it? Only a narc would carry that into a police station.
Hello, fellow young people. How are you doing today?
Was that the daughter is here playing her mom, but then she's playing both sides. She probably tells each parent something different about the other. Oh God, yes. Oh yeah.
What? Yeah, if you're a 12-year-old and you know you can get double presents.
Yep. Say mom didn't get you anything but a flip phone for Christmas. So then dad goes out and gets you a phone, and he says, "Well, here, I'll let you have this so you can use it. Just don't let your mom find it." Because if mom finds it, and then whenever mom does find it, she goes, "Well, dad gave that to me so he could track you." I mean,
And no one thought
look,
as a cop, "Oh,
no.
wow, let me think about this for any 5 of any seconds of anywhere because, you know, at least 1 in 2 of us are, products of divorce." What is a manipulative, maniacal 12-year-old chick gonna do? Well, not play both parents off the other.
No. Why would she do that?
Never
Don't
that.
make me live with dad again. It was so horrible last time. I know, dear. I know, dear. We
Yeah,
just want
he
to make
didn't
sure
let me have
daddy's safe.
Sundays for dinner.
Yeah. Moms.
That. And because he wants me to check in with him every day. And what if there's like background noise that we can hear or something?
Because we're not detectives, babe. Because this is serious.
We're not.
Because we can't just call dad
Why not?
without direction.
You called everybody else.
It's me, and I'm not gonna say anything. And I can just say, hey, Dad, it's just me checking in. This is one of those.
See, that's what I don't understand. Why would she automatically go after him? Especially, not knowing, so, dude, all of a sudden something happened with him. Hypothetical. Mo and I are married, or were married at some point in time. And so she starts dating someone else, and I want to come by and I want to see, my 6 kids. And I want to go, I'm on, let's go hang out with dad. And what your mom been up to? Well, she's seeing this new guy. Oh, she's seeing a new guy. Okay. So
Yes, me and Micro.
Yeah. So who's this new guy? Oh, well, and the kids tell me all about him. He's this special kind of guy, that comes over, and he took mom on a vacation, and that's why we're here with you, dad, today. Because mom went out of town. She just sort of bailed, and you're not going to be able to get in touch with her because, well, we got her number, but she's in Mexico as far as we know. It's like, what the hell? Like, who is this guy? I mean, well, it sounds like he's got money that he can vacation, in Mexico. Okay, so they went to Cancun. Oh, okay, cool. So how does he treat you guys? I don't know, Dad. He's a little weird, because he's different or whatever it might be. It's just like, okay, well, hey, why don't we go? I want to find out what the hell is going on with this guy. What kind of person he is. If he's like a panty sniffer, maybe he's just, you're still being protective. I'm still being protective
Yeah.
of Mo, wanting to make sure, this guy is okay, that he's not like doing something horrible. And I see that she's totally into him, bumping uglies. Cool, whatever. I got my own girlfriend over here. We're cool. And it doesn't seem like he's overly interested in the kids. He's got his own kids. So, okay, well, he's safe there. I do a little bit of checking up, make sure that, this guy is not going to be, going after one of my 6 kids, whatever. And I say, okay, so I say, cool, I'm going to go off and do my own thing. I've got the guy's information. I know where he lives. I know who he is. So if one of my kids ends up disappearing, I know who to go looking for. One of my kids comes crying to me, I might have to go over there and do something that I don't want to do, but at least I can call the cops on him, send him over there, whatever.
Yes.
Any number of things. There's plenty of reasons. So why would mom be thinking that I would cause harm to this guy? Like that, why would that be her first thing? Like her boyfriend that she's been seeing that, he's into some shady shit. He's doing some, he's the one supplying her with coke. He's doing all this other shit. He's like into doing some like, S&M or whatever the hell it is. And he's got his own kids, but that's only, he doesn't do any drugs whenever he has his kids there. But whenever they're not there, we cut out some lines and we're having a good time. Mo's over there cutting out lines with this guy. And so what makes
with all the scissors in paper.
So what makes Mo think that I'm coming after him and not maybe one of his drug dealing friends or one of his druggy friends, and go, hey, there's something that just happened, calling up the ex and saying there's something that happened. I don't know what's going on. Do you mind, coming and watching the kids for a little bit, because I need to figure out what's going on. Why would she automatically say, Zach, what did you do to him? Kind of attitude. Like, this makes no sense to me. unless
I would
she was
say if
involved.
she had a baseline of making any sense during this entire thing, I would have a general idea of how she thinks, but she just flits from thing to thing to thing like a caffeinated pixie dust grasshopper, so I can't make any sense of her train of thought.
It's the drugs. It's the coke. Your brain tends to turn a little bit to mush whenever you start doing coke. You don't really think clearly, especially if you've been up for like 3 days straight. You don't tend to like think things through clearly.
I
Your behavior is very erratic and it makes no sense whatsoever.
well, that
I've
makes more sense, but yeah, I if I had a baseline of her making logical sense, I could maybe say, "Oh, well, this seems to be the way she forms cognitive ideas, and maybe from that foundation of her logic, this is why she did it." I'm just gonna say heifer is cray cray at this point as my, definitive diagnosis.
Yeah, and Chris is right here. She saw an opportunity and took it. I'm wondering if she didn't realize how far it would go in the end, or whether she convinced herself somewhere along the line that Zach was guilty, and that helps her sleep. It could be. It could be. Or you have no idea. What's up, baby? Good to see you. And wanting custody of the kids was probably a huge motivation. Yeah, I think so. And if the cops were looking into it, you would think that one of them would be asking some of those hard questions. But oh God, why would they do that? Too difficult to ask those questions.
No, but it's a good idea because then if someone is in the background, then you can hear like them going, or you can hear them scream or something. It's not
I
that.
appreciate you thinking. This is.
I am so surprised that Sadie didn't just start laughing at her outright. Like, okay, kid. Yes, that's exactly what's going to happen. We're gonna call up your dad. We're going to hear somebody in the background go. That's going to happen. Child.
I mean, it could
Child.
happen.
That's so special. You are a special kind of child. Here is a hockey helmet. Go sit in the corner. It's okay. We love you.
Sadie probably told her to say that.
You think?
This Mensa member right over here,
Yes. She's so smart.
she is truly a, mental ant among giants.
Hey, little D. Good to see you.
Hello.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, Mom, but we have to let the professionals do their job. We're not the detectives.
But Mom, you're a
You're
professional.
not the problem solver, baby. You know,
Sherlock Holmes
I hear
was
you.
right there.
Yeah.
I don't.
Nancy Drew.
The Beastie Boys.
I don't think Dad is with him, sweetheart.
She's one of the boxing children.
Hurt.
What?
And maybe not even alive anymore. That scares the fucking shit out of me.
Yeah, it all seems very scripted. Like they talked about it
Why?
beforehand. Amazing, because they actually did talk about it beforehand. So it seems like it might be a little scripted. Here's what I want you to tell them. And we're not talking about, oh, it was just like 10 or 15 minutes beforehand. We're talking about several hours that she was alone with her daughter, able to tell her all kinds of stuff. This is what I want you to talk about. This is what I want you to say. This is where I want you to be. And all you have to do, because especially if the daughter knows nothing about what's going on, she can lay out a whole story and let the daughter's imagination go wild. And knowing the way that her daughter thinks, set her off on
Yeah.
a wild tangent.
I mean, this is a story to the daughter. It's a game. It's something you can fictionalize. I mean, she's going through movies like, he's kind of tied up on train tracks and her dad's like this with his handlebar mustache. I mean, I it that's kind of she's Nancy Drew and she's going to save the day, or oh gosh, what
Well,
is
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, like Scooby Doo is all in one.
yeah. Dora the Explorer, whatever, Blue's
Shit.
Cluesing it out.
Oh God, Blue's Clues. I don't have kids, but I have nephews and nieces, and I understand that one right there. So I mean, it's amazing to me that the cops are not watching this and going, "What the fuck did she tell her dog? What kind of bullshit is going on here?" Like really drilling down on it, and it's like I would love to see the interview that the daughter gave.
Yeah,
Because it might
it
put in some of this stuff into context. Because if you saw what the interview that the daughter gave, you could go, "Oh my God, I can't believe she's
yeah,
saying
it
this."
just
Like,
it, this just seems like something, okay, mom told me to say this, and you
mhm.
know, and then dad, said to say something else, or dad never said this, but mom said clearly this happened, and mom has never lied to me before or something.
Yeah, um, so horrible.
Your dad did it.
I don't know.
Did what? Think
I
dad
don't know
did it?
what to
Did
think
what?
right now. Or had somebody do it? I don't know. Who else? Who else would hurt him?
How do you know he's even
Who else
hurt?
would want
Did
to?
How do you know he's
I
hurt?
don't know.
Maybe he didn't tell you something.
Like what?
I don't know.
This is what throws me off. How do you know dad didn't hurt him? What are you talking about? How do you know that somebody's even been hurt? And or that's even him that's been hurt?
It,
What's to say he wasn't into some wild kinky stuff and it got out of hand?
again, and this is the stuff that if you were a good police officer, you would be picking up on this. You would be picking up on the fact that she knew that a- again, I go back to the blanket and the pillow placement, because those are things that no dude in the history of ever, unless you are maybe attracted to other dudes, allegedly,
There's nothing wrong
or
with being attracted
OCD,
to dudes. I mean, have fun.
you don't notice where a blanket is or a pillow.
No, no.
So
I'm
the
just saying
fact that she noticed that, she was either there or she moved those things around, and then that would be something you need to ask her. How did you move those around from the window? Do we need
that
to talk about this again?
Julio, this is very correct. After seeing the interview, after this interview, the testimony of the daughter made more sense for what she said. Absolutely. Beforehand, you were just like, "Why is the daughter like being such a little bitch?" Like, I don't understand. Uh, and also, the kid convinced the school staff that she had cancer for 2 weeks.
Oh, dear Jesus.
Yeah. Well, there was Kim, Nettie, Noel, Rosalia, women. Yeah. To get out of doing homework. Yeah. Zach's interview also, the two together make things a lot clearer to me as well. Yeah. Yeah. Zach's interview is coming up after this one. You saw crime scenes with more evidence than this. Yes. That's the thing is that's sort of my point. It's like, imagine coming onto a scene, you see some blood, and there's no body. What's the first thing that runs through your head? Did you call the cops and say, I think that somebody's been killed? Or you go, shit, I think somebody's been injured. Let me call all the local hospitals, see if I can find out where he's at. I mean,
I think
that would be my first call. Like if I
okay.
came home and there was blood all over the house, and I didn't see the animals, I'd be like calling around to the vet. I'd be calling around to all the local hospitals. I'd be calling my wife. If I didn't get any call from her, I wouldn't be going over to her house and figuring out what's going on. I'd be like, okay, what's going on? There's blood here. Let me find out. Call some friends.
Okay. Normal people, yes. Me, because of my stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that everyone's passed away. But that's just
Oh.
because I'm like, fate, you motherfucker, you're not gonna get me again. I'm not gonna be surprised again, you fucker. I'm going ahead and suspecting the worst.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I could see that. But
But
normal people.
normal
You're
people
not normal.
well, okay. Not
You're
Abby
above normal.
normal.
You're above
Not
normal.
Abby normal. I got it from a jar and Abby. Abby normal?
That'd be normal.
Best movie ever.
Yes.
But yeah, I would assume that someone got hurt first. I would
Right.
not assume, but then again, if I knew that my douchebag in question was into some shady stuff, I might assume that he and owed some money to some people that will break knees if you don't give them money and interest and all of that jazz.
Yeah.
Then I might assume that someone is DOA.
Then I would be contacting their family. Be like, if it was if I was just dating Mo here and I came across a scene like that, I might be reaching out and saying, to our ex-husband, hey, have you seen Mo? And he can say, yeah, no, I haven't seen Mo. We don't talk that much. Okay, that's cool. I wouldn't give him any more information than that. I would just be like, have you seen Mo? Well, can you call some of her friends? I'm really looking for her. She's sort of gone missing. I would be like sending out the feelers to everybody. Hey, have you seen Mo?
Yeah.
You
I
know,
it,
it, I I
it,
would be
yeah.
suspecting the worst, but automatically she's thinking, oh, he's dead. Like,
Well,
why would you go there?
uh, it, 'cause she's an attention whore. Again, why would you make it about yourself? I mean, this should be, "Hey, I've only sort of relation date shipped him for a little bit. You should really call his family. His family knows more about him. I've only dated him for less than 4 months. Perhaps you should talk to his parents, his sisters, his family, anybody but, his one of his many side chicks, one of his
Yeah,
many orbiting chicks
yeah.
of record." I
Just
mean,
imagine if it would have
call
been
me
somebody else
crazy.
if it had been somebody else that found the body, he probably wouldn't even be in jail. They wouldn't even have him as a suspect, or maybe they would have had him as a suspect, but there would have been other things that would have been resolved that never got resolved. You never know.
And honest with me about everything. He's got kids your age.
Oh my
He's
god.
not weird like that. He's not all messed up. He's just normal.
A
That's messed up.
normal okay.
Yeah,
No.
normal is subjective.
Mhm.
That Coke is starting to wear off. I need to go get some more. Damn it! Can I get out of here soon?
Your dad did something and he's so stupid.
Oh, I
Dad
have
did
to
something.
cry.
Dad did
Why would
something.
he
Why
do
is she
that and
saying your
take
dad did
himself away
something?
from you guys even? Like, just stupid. Stupid. I don't want to think that, but
Yes, you
I don't
are.
know right
I'm glad
now.
we finally
I'm so
agree about
freaked out.
something.
Why are you saying anything if you don't want to think that? And don't think that. But she does. She goes there.
You know more than I do even. I don't know.
Exactly, Justin.
Where are you going? For what? Come here. No, come on, stay here. You need to just
Where are
wait
you
a
going?
second.
Oh, I'm looking to see where the cops are at. I want to see what they know. I want to hear what they have to say. I want to see what they're investigating. Are they investigating me? My mom?
I don't know.
They can't hear us, can they, Mom? They're not recording this, are they,
I just
Mom?
want to find him.
This is so gross.
Yes.
Did you put the purse?
What?
Where's my phone? Yeah. I put it in here.
In the car. It doesn't work in here. Nothing works in here.
Where's my phone? I left it in the car. Why would you leave daughter's phone in the car?
Hmm.
What's on daughter's phone that you would leave it in the car? That raises some
Could the
questions.
flip phone still do text? I mean, like the
Yeah.
old school, you know, 1,
Yeah.
2, 3. Okay.
Yeah, you can still do text on it. But why? But maybe she doesn't have a flip phone anymore. I mean,
Mm.
that's what she got her for Christmas. This is like almost a year later, I think. So why would she be worried about her daughter's phone? Why would she leave her daughter's phone out in the car? What's on the daughter's phone? Was the daughter's phone ever searched? What kind of messages might be on there?
Let's see. I'm going to take things that never happened. Daughter's phone tested, other cell phones tested, anything searched or researched.
Mm.
Just for the love of all that is holy.
Becca, I have a flip phone. She's narking.
I can't call anybody.
No. There's a reason for that. This is serious. I'm not kidding you. Like, if anything's been serious before, this is fucking serious. Like, this is serious. Like, I've never been in this position before. It's fucking freaking me out serious. I don't even want to go back to the house.
No, usually her position is more like legs in the air, just sort of in this sort of position.
As a mom, I would never, ever.
Yeah, you would be trying to console your kid. Everything's going to be fine, honey.
Yeah, not like
Obviously.
your dad's going to jail forever and ever because he's a terrible guy and he did this. And oh my gosh, this other guy you don't know has kids, and your dad unalived a dude that has kids. Don't you know your dad unalived a dude that has kids? I mean,
Yeah. She's making a story, making it sound believable. She's telling herself all of these horrible things that have gone on. I have met people that will do this kind of stuff where it just be they escalate before anything is even found out about what's going on. It's just escalate.
yeah,
I've done it myself before, where you're just like all of a sudden you start thinking the worst, and you just like it just becomes this like thing, and then whenever you find out all the truth, you just like, really? God, I feel like a dumb shit now. Like I had this whole thing built up that it was going to turn into something drastic, and all it was a sliver. Picked a pony. That's it.
yes.
What does that mean? Oh, No, once you know the whole story, you're just like, oh, that's sort of a lame ending. It's uneventful. Yeah, drama llamas. There. How you doing, Roseman? Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what it is. Drama llamas.
Like ever?
No, like until I know what's going on.
Where do we stay?
I don't know. Talk to them about it. I just want to protect us. I only want to protect you. I don't want your dad trying to come and taking you guys or hurting me or I don't know. I don't know.
What?
Your dad is unpredictable and I don't know. You know that. I have no idea what he is capable of. Anything. I don't know who he
You're with this guy for how
Okay.
many years and you don't know what he's fucking capable of? My wife could tell you everything that I'm capable of.
To be fair, Mr. Mo is probably not sure what I'm capable of. And to be fair, Hormone Mia is not sure what I'm capable of either. So, to be fair, me that was told pain may be my underlying issue was not sure what I was capable of. So,
Well, don't you know, Mo? The best cure to pain is cause pain to someone else. You just, isn't that how it's supposed to
do
work?
you think that could be a defense, or would that be an I doubt it?
I mean, you could say, listen, come here, honey. You know this childbirth that's happening. I'm pushing this kid out. Well, I'm gonna break your freaking hand while I push this child out.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm so bad. I'm so bad.
No, you're not. I'm just like, you know,
Isn't that the best pain reliever though? Watching somebody else writhe in pain. I mean, it doesn't make you feel too much better, but it's just like, okay, now you can feel a little bit of my pain. Feel it.
no, because usually I'm like, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, ow, ow, ow.
Ow, ow, ow.
I'm like, oh, yeah, I do the squirming, uncomfortable thing. I
Oh.
don't generally.
Yeah, my wife and I were watching something tonight. It was like we're eating dinner while we're watching TV, and she looks up and she goes, "Oh, great, that's all I needed to watch." I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty disgusting." I don't get grossed out, but my wife will. Like, but there's times where I'm like, "Yeah, why did you pick to watch this again?" Like, like they're pulling some dude's brain out of his head. Why? Why are you watching this while we're eating spaghetti? This makes no sense.
You could be watching the hoof guy, you know.
Oh, I've got the hoof guy. You saw the hoof girl, right? Oh my gosh, you haven't seen the hoof girl?
I feel like this is a single and or double entendre. I'm game
No,
for either, but
it's a good one. It's a really good one. I will pull it up because it is. If you haven't seen the hoof girl, you're gonna love it. You'll well, you might love it. You might not. You might say, well, that's really creepy and weird. I never know. I never know.
I am a connoisseur of all things weird.
You are a connoisseur of all things weird. Well, this is a short one, and it's oh, here it is. I always have to double check this because sometimes they put music in there. All right, this is just for Mo. All right, hoof girl, right? You got it, hoof girl. Watching. Now you got it. You understand, hoof girl.
Oh my God.
You got it. It took a second.
Blame Canada. Giblets.
So whatever you said, hoof guy, I was like, really? Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Well, no, I meant the actual farrier. I mean, I don't know if he does that on other parts of his channel. He's kind of cute. I was hoping for assless chaps, not him touching dongs, but
you know,
I guess beggars can't be choosers if he doesn't have an OnlyFans.
I used to make a joke to guys that I worked with. That they just watch them like squirm. It's like, how many guys watch porn? You know, and most of the guys are like, yeah, I've seen some porn. I was like, you ever like jerk off to it? And they're just like, yeah. I mean, I was like, you realize you're jerking off to it, another dude's dog. Like you're looking at some dude and you're jerking off. Just to watch them get really uncomfortable. It's just like, I guess I am. That's sort of creepy.
They never thought about this before?
No, they never.
How do you not think about this before?
It's like you're watching some other dude. You're probably looking at his balls and his butt and his dong, and you're going, "Oh yeah, like I'm gonna beat my meat to that." Like, good job, guy. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, congratulations for, you know, the 30 minutes I have to pay for on Skinamax.
Yeah, now you don't have to pay for it. You can just come to old Shizzy. He'll tell you what happens. This is the result of you jerking off, just so you know.
Sadie?
I don't know what she does. I don't know how much money. I don't know nothing. I know nothing.
Liar.
No, shit doesn't add up. Something's wrong. It's not okay. Somebody's hurt.
How?
It's not okay. It was just a really people. So
I'm so confused.
What happened?
I'm so confused. She doesn't know math. Someone's hurt and shit's not okay. And yet she has become Miss Cleo without a Ouija board, without a crystal ball. And yet she somehow knows these things.
Yeah, she knows
I
somebody's
am
hurt.
fucking astounded.
You should be. You should be completely astounded. She's still wearing her janitor outfit. No,
let me get my tinfoil hat on.
No, she's housekeeping. 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 Housekeeping.
All righty. She must be divining it through the lead lines and the magnetic rotation.
Yes. Who cries to their 12-year-old mentally unstable women?
Yep, pretty much.
I mean, seriously, that's who cries to their 12-year-old. How do I know? Because, well, that's the kind of shit my mother would pull. Like, get all weepy, completely emotionally, like, wrecked and damaged, and, like, you're sitting there going, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, next minute, they're snapping and losing their freaking minds. Like, okay, if this is what it means to, like, no wonder dad left. I understand, old man. I understand why you left. Why couldn't you have taken me with? Yes. Oh, because it was court ordered. You couldn't do that. Fuck me. You mean I have to deal with this for the next 5 years of my life? Thanks.
Thanks, female, you know, leaning courts. Awesome.
Assholes. Yep. But of course, the daughter is a narc, straight up. You can tell by the Hello Kitty backpack. That's where she keeps the recorder.
She's really Steve Buscemi.
Yes.
Man, and people care about him. not just me, but
No, he had a few other women that cared about him too.
He touched many.
Yes, deeply.
we can't just call that. That's not how this works.
Sure you
According to
can.
him.
I don't want to talk to him. I'm scared.
Every day. Every
Well,
day.
then I will.
Absolutely.
No, because I'm going to ask him what he did.
Oh, absolutely. No, she's saying, Shizzy, you're still dealing with it. Yeah, the mother being totally psychotic. Yeah, every day. Like I have to put myself in check every day to make sure that I'm still sane.
I barely pass.
Yeah, knuckle deeply. No, right? Many females were missing him that day. Mm-hmm. It's AO, isn't it? AO. Because OA was a TV show, and the reason they called it OA was the original Angel. That's where OA came from.
Oh,
Did you ever see that TV show? I think it was on like HBO or Netflix or Cinemax or something like that.
no.
And it was
I did not see
if
that.
I'm not mistaken, it was originally directed by Brad Pitt. Just look up AO, Original Angel,
Okay.
and it's creepy and weird.
I can do that.
Yeah, OA was amazing as fuck. Yeah, it was yeah, if you want like just like I think it was a two-part series, like 2 seasons or something like that, might be 3. It was it's mind-blowing because the whole first part of it starts out, this girl is running across a highway and is about to jump off a bridge, and this couple grab her and pull her into the car and take her to the hospital, and she has her eyesight, but she was blind from birth. You have to see. You have to. Yeah, 2 seasons. You have to see it. It is. It
Oh.
is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's good. It is well worth the watch, and it will freak you out. It will creep you out. And whenever you're done watching it, you're gonna go, I want to see another one. I want to see another one.
What's going on?
Why you want to ask him about him?
Yeah. Did he do anything? I mean, that's the first freaking thought.
Why? Why would you go there?
Yeah,
He just,
I can ask him.
no, just
Everybody's like, you can't do anything, you can't do anything.
because you're
You're an
a
asshole.
minor. Because you can't. Because you're not an investigator.
Because people don't know the things that I know,
It
Mom.
doesn't matter though.
Oh my God.
Maybe.
People don't know the things that I know.
Maybe. I just said maybe. It's not my call. They have to do their job. You have to let them.
Well, maybe they're not doing the job right then.
You're 12 years old. How are you going to tell police officers how to do their job? Knock it off.
to be fair, these police officers,
Yeah. They don't know the things I know. Here's the thing. As a 12-year-old, the things that you know, you would be surprised are not as important as you think they are. Seriously. As a 12-year-old, the things that you think you know at 12 years old are not as important as you think they are. The things that you know whenever you're in your 20s are not as important as you think they are. In your 30s, your 40s, your 50s,
Huh.
they're not as important as you think they are. You know,
no.
ask that 100-year-old what really is important. And the things that you think are important at 12, 20, 30, 40, 50, they're gonna just look at you and smile because they go, yeah, I remember those days whenever I thought that was really important. You know what was really important? Yeah, you'll just have to wait to get here.
Where to hide the flask. Just
Yes.
kidding.
Man, I keep my Colombian love powder, along with the little blue pills. That's what's really important. She may be old, but she's still freaky in bed. Damn it.
This is not a joke. This is no game right now. It's not just like, oh, we can just figure it out and solve the freaking puzzle. Just let them do what they have to do, please.
Well, just think, Becca. This is what's going to happen. All of the YouTube, the Netflix, the Hulu, the Disney, the HBO Max, all of these things, they're going to sort of come together and they'll form one conglomerate that you could pay one universal price for to watch.
Like cable. Welcome back to the future. We've been expecting you.
It'll happen. You'll go, wow, it'd be really great if I just could pay one subscription service. And all of these companies that were part of cable in the first place, but then, they start doing their own little thing and they'll realize, well, we're only capturing a small amount of the audience. Then they'll sort of all pull together and then you can just watch whatever you want to watch, whenever you want to watch it for one low price of $19.95. Yes, I have seen the future. That's amazing. The point is to get you to that point. You'll all be watching Channel 4 before you know it. Number 4. In what world does Disney and ESPN make sense? They both like kids? I don't know.
They're both annoying.
Yeah.
And preachy.
Yeah. What Star Wars Marvel Universe nerd wants ESPN? Oh Lord, I'll show you the kind that wants some ESPN. I've got that one. You saw it this morning, didn't you? The Star Wars one. Should I show it to him? Should I give him Star Wars? Like they've never seen
It's hilarious. But yeah, hilarious.
Yes. I'll pull it up and give him some Star Wars. I hate this. My computer keeps like giving me these blinks that are just so freaking weird. It's been doing it. I think there was some sort of update. And that's why it started doing this stuff. And every time it does it, whenever I'm scrolling through things, it just doesn't let me like completely scroll through.
Oh, I hate it when I have no idea why things do anything, to be honest.
Okay. Star Wars. Right? This is for all you Star Wars fans out there. You ready? No, Mo knows what's going to happen. I'm going to burn and go to hell, aren't I? I'm going to burn and go to hell because I show these kinds of things to my audience.
I contend that that someone gave us our sense of humor.
Yes.
So really, is it our fault or the person that gave it to us? But that's probably blasphemous and also a sin, so don't listen to me. Ask Steve Gosney.
He probably has an answer for it. If not, he wrote a book about it.
He's like Jesus would say. I wrote a
Becca
book
Lynn
about
is
it.
like, Becca Lynn is like, I'm trying to logic that out. Well, I will say rewind about 5 minutes back to the beginning of it. Watch it like 3 or 4 times in a row. Then you'll understand. It'll logic out. Back to my daughter is a narc.
Hello, my name is Chris Hansen. Sadie, why are you here tonight? Did you show up at Rosario's door late at night for a reason?
Why did we not find any empty condoms around?
Why don't you have a Subway sandwich, some whipped cream and gummy bears for some reason? Just does.
Why? My name is Montayo. You killed my father.
God, we are going straight to hell. This is why we're only aiming for purgatory, y'all. Look, we know we can't aim too high. Okay.
I'm gonna ask the investigator.
Sure.
I said, I want to ask the investigator. Sure, that's whatever you. Just sniffle.
I have to go pee. I'll be back.
Can you please ask?
Yeah, I'm going to.
What the hell? She's sending her daughter out to go ask the police something?
Yes.
Let's go.
Have you called my father?
So that's, yeah. Where's his house about? In Greenfield?
Fart noises.
That's Greenfield somewhere? Hold on.
It's a Greenfield, but she,
Might know more than I do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, he's slipped up and said West Dallas and Greenfield both. So maybe
to
it's
you.
on a
Why is the mom saying the daughter might know more than I do? The daughter might know more than I do. Is that what she said, or did I miss something? Computer keeps blinking.
I every bit of the mom in me hates this woman. Hates with a passion this woman that's willing to involve her child in this
And just
crap.
think, at some point in their life, your sons are going to meet a woman like this. Serious. At some point, your sons are going to meet a woman like this. If they haven't already, they're going to meet a woman like this.
Oh, I know.
And
I have a
they're not
cliff
gonna be-
outside my door.
they're not going to be prepared for this.
No, but I will be.
Yes.
Allegedly in Minecraft.
It's like, I know you, Shady.
I'll be like,
You ain't pulling one over on me. And of course, they'll say, your mom really doesn't like me. Well, it's like, why doesn't she like you? What makes you think she doesn't like you? My mother's the most loving person ever. And they'll go, no, really, she's like she's got that look like she wants to like torture me
She
slowly.
I don't know, she's really subtle. She's got a whetstone, and she keeps sharpening knives
Every
around
time
me.
I
I
look
don't
around her, it's weird. I think she doesn't like me. Maybe
She
there's
keeps
one.
saying stuff about like, "Hey, I know, it's what specific lime you need."
Yeah,
Just saying.
in Minecraft.
In
What's this,
Minecraft.
what's this Minecraft thing? I don't understand Minecraft. Because by that time they won't know what even Minecraft is or was or anything.
Hell, I'll just write it in cursive. It'll be like my own little code.
Oh, it would
It'll
be.
take the entire, archaeological series of 2024 to figure out the Rosetta Stone of cursive to figure out what the
I
hell I'm writing. It'll be like the new Zodiac code.
oh Becca, 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 Becca. I have got something for you. I really do, and I think you're gonna like it, Becca. You're gonna get a little taste of Kermit. If you've never gotten a taste of Kermit, you're about to get a taste of Kermit. There you go. This is for you, Becca.
The one with the black hair, is your name Emerson? Oh, that's weird. It's Emerson big old titties, you know what I'm saying?
You're welcome. You're welcome, Becca. That was special for you. Did you not get it?
I saw it.
You were frowning as a mother should.
Oh, no, I was trying to read something and I was like, "Wait, what? With the who?" And I was like, "That doesn't English." And I was like, "Oh, try not being dyslexic." Okay, that makes more sense.
Oh. See, right now, I don't know if you can see this, but like every 15 seconds, my screen flashes black and then it goes normal, goes black, goes normal, goes black,
Oh,
goes
dang
normal.
it. Your
It's
your computer it's going to need a Viking funeral. I mean, I don't
no, there's nothing wrong with the computer. It only does
Oh,
this whenever I restart it or it comes out of sleep mode. And then it'll do it for like an hour or two and then it'll stop. It just will randomly stop. It's like I don't know what it is. I just want to wipe it and erase everything.
have you
It
tried
just
using one of those spray dusty maybe it's got dust in it.
no, no,
Oh,
no. I think it's because it's still on Windows 10. It I never had
oh.
this problem with it's I think it's trying to do some sort of update or something. I don't know.
Shizzy,
It's
you know I
just
don't understand anything you're saying right
I
now.
know. It's
I'm like, your flux capacitor is doing what now?
yes.
Oh, that's so
It is
special.
it is spazzing out. See, the worst part is that I can hear everything that's going on, but sometimes it goes black, so I can't see a damn thing. So it throws me off, and so you'll see me pause for like long periods of time, like that.
I can see you kind of it's like a tiny jump cut, and then it's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, that's my computer doing weird stuff. It's I think I think the aliens are here. It's the gay frogs. They're coming to take over my
It's the
damn computer.
interdimensional vampires and the human
Interdimensional
hybrids.
vampires. They want they want to suck my soul. You know, I've worked with the some bitch CIA. Oh, this is funny. Where's this housey bar?
What?
That's what it says in the see. Where is the this housey bar? Here, I'll move it up here so you can see it.
Oh, for the love of all nothing God bless the freaking closed captions.
Or I'll rewind it a little bit because I don't know what they said.
Something about Halsey Bar and green pills.
Where's this Halsey Bar in Greenfield?
West Dallas, Greenfield, somewhere.
Greenfield.
It's a Greenfield, but she.
Might know more than I do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, he slipped up and said West Dallas and Greenfield both. So maybe it's on a border or something. Or some.
Sorry.
West Dallas doesn't hit Greenfield. Maybe Greendale. Is it Greendale possibly?
I don't know that area very well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, your hair is gorgeous, by the way. Yes, it is. She has gorgeous hair.
Thanks. This is actually my own just fake color.
It's he keeps saying, he says green pill. It shows up as green pills, but it's Greenville. Supposed to be in around the Dallas area. I don't know. I've never heard of Greenfield. I was in Dallas for a few months and never heard of Greenfield, but West Dallas maybe. That sounds just that now that I say that, it's like Greenfield, West Dallas sounds about right. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know other states. I barely know my own.
Oh, well, I am a special kind of like moron. I remember the most random stuff, but then if like you ask me to remember someone's name, I'm like, is it Bob or Steve? My wife is like, no, it's Richard. I was like,
I
I knew
remember
it was some sort of dick, and she's like, oh Jesus Christ.
I do nicknames and they're not always the most flattering nicknames.
Like
So-
One Eye or Spaz
No,
Face
like Hobbit guy. If you're short and kind of look like a hobbit.
But what if you know a bunch of Hobbit guys?
Well, then one would be Frodo, one would be Samwise. You know, it would just depend. One would be Gollum. You know, it would just depend.
Gollum. 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 My precious.
Greenfield.
You know.
Okay. Greenville is just east of Dallas. Okay. That sounds right. That
So
sounds right.
he's in Texas. So dude drove all the way from Texas to unalive your boyfriend. Are you kidding me?
No, here's the thing. He was wanting to move to Dallas area. He had gotten a job. So that's what this whole conversation was about. Okay. So
Okay.
keep in mind, she's coming into this. He's already suing to get custody of the kids. He's already got a job lined up in Dallas where he's going to be making good money, and he wants to bring the kids to be with him because she's pretty much deadbeat. Like pretty much deadbeat. She's coking it up, and he sees that's not healthy for his kids. And although the position he's in is not the greatest position, he knows that he can make it work. You know, he's got the skills to make it work. She's going to be the Walmart greeter whenever she's like 30. You know, that's she's worn out. She's like a pair of worn out Converse tennis shoes. Just sort of got big gaping holes in it, and you know, they don't hold water. Just you know.
Descriptive.
So he's like, you know, I can provide for these kids, and also they'll be close to me because he's very close with his kids. It's not like he's this deadbeat dad or anything.
Yeah. Well,
and probably giving her an option of, you know, if you need to, I could probably set you up somewhere also, but I'm getting custody of the kids, and I'm going to sue for custody of the kids because I've got all this information on you of all of the drugs that you've been doing, the way that you're just leaving the kids with random people. I know she's your best friend, but your best friend is doing meth on the kitchen table kind of thing. Like maybe we, you know, want to get them out of this kind of environment because this is not too healthy. It's like, yeah, it might not have been perfect. I might have been, selling weed, but it's weed. You're like doing lines of coke and not paying attention to
Yeah,
idiot them. I don't know. But again, like I said, she's a pair of Converse shoes, big gaping holes, don't hold water.
it's just
And
I,
so she's got this in mind, knowing that he's already sued her. Like he has taken her to court to get custody of the kids.
she's opportunistic, no doubt. The bigger sin is the cops taking this hook, line, and sinker and doing no critical thought or investigation whatsoever.
What, you going to put your job on the line for this? Some domestic? You're gonna put your job on the line for this? Or how about this? You arrest some guy, you get a conviction. How does that make you look as a detective? Whether it's a wrongful conviction or not, you're gonna that boost up your pay scale. You accomplished something. You arrested a bad guy. You got a bad guy off the streets. Doesn't matter if it's not. You just got a bad guy off the streets. Like
Well,
that's
when it
promotion
comes
material.
back that I was functionally art-tarded and did no testing and basically looked illiterate, illogical, and low functioning, I'm gonna be pretty annoyed. But, I mean, I have different standards.
Yeah, but you also have to understand. So in in the California, it might be legal, but in other states it's not. And it's not illegal to test for it here in Georgia. Because whether weed is legal or not, there's a certain standard that you have to have whenever you're operating a motor vehicle. And if you're under the influence operating a motor vehicle, they're
Yeah.
not going to hire you, especially as a mechanic, because you have to take cars on test drives. Like we had one guy that got busted with a DUI. He couldn't even take cars out for test drives. Like, because they pulled his license. He had a very limited license. He got arrested in, he's from New York area. So he got arrested Connecticut. It was Connecticut. I think he was from Connecticut. So he got arrested in Connecticut. He got DUI in Connecticut, and he had to have a little breath thing on his car in the state of Georgia. That was part of his probation, that they even let him go without serving time in prison. And he had to report to his PO officer. He had to pay fines. He had to pay for the breathalyzer machine that was in his car. And part of that was he had a limited license, which means he could not take cars out on test drives. So anytime that he had to do a diagnostic on a car, he had to have somebody else drive the car with him in it, so he could tell them what to do, so he could diagnose whatever issue might be happening. It really sucked for him. And after I think his probation was like a year or 9 months or something like that. So after he got done with his probation, trust me, he changed his attitude about drinking and driving. He stopped doing that shit. And it's not like he blew really high over the limit either. It was just a little bit over the limit. And they were just like, boop,
Oh, wow.
that's all it takes.
Well, yeah. I mean, it has to be that way because you are still driving a
Yeah.
enormously heavy weapon around. And that's what I tell my girls every time they drive. Probably going to give them a complex, but I'm like, you are basically driving a giant weapon. Pay attention, look both ways.
What you do is you put them in a go-kart and have them go around a racetrack at 30, 40 miles an hour with all the headgear on. Say, no, drive around this track as fast as you can so you can get it out of your system. And I guarantee you, after they've run around that track a few times, they go and they've hit something small, and you look at them and you realize that the car you're driving weighs 1,000 times more than that little go-kart. And you see how that felt. Now imagine what you're going to feel whenever you hit that other car. buddy, they changed their attitude really damn quick. Like there's a reason why boys tend to make safer drivers than women.
Because you guys have gotten it out by the time you guys
Pretty
start.
much. We're just going, that shit hurts. I am not doing that. Around the Santas, cut the ribbon for the Boochis by D. I don't know what the Buckies. Oh, the Buckies.
Bucky's the giant gas station thingies.
Yeah. Nice. That's awesome.
Ooh.
Hey, Christina. Glad you can make it back. She was hanging out at work. To go to make random facts. Oh yeah. I hate this computer doing this little blinking shit. All right, we'll start.
South of Franklin, or like southwest of Franklin, Oak Creek.
See the other houses? Does he got rental properties and stuff? Oh, he does.
He's here.
Yeah, my brother lives in one.
Does he buy foreclosures or how does he?
He used to. He would buy like a condo. Yeah, like he's got a couple of those, and then they like were bad. Like he didn't look. They had liens on him, and then they took him to court, and so he had been in court cases with them. But he still has the one that my brother lives in, that he rents to my brother, and that's kind of a weird thing. And then he bought my old condo that we used to live in. He bought that off of auction when it went to.
All right, I missed something here.
She slurred her words, or cursived her words.
She is very high. You have to understand that she's come down off of being high for an entire weekend.
Oh, well, that makes more sense.
No, this was one of the things that was going to be brought up against her in the custody battle, was the fact that she has been hanging out with Rosario and he was her supplier for coke. Makes sense?
Yep.
All right. So what they're talking about here is that he, which I am assuming is Zach, owns a bunch of properties and rents them out.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Properties and stuff? Oh, he does.
He's here.
Yeah, my brother lives in one.
Does he buy foreclosures or how does he?
He used to. He would buy like a condo. Yeah. Like, he's got a couple of those, and then they like were bad. Like he didn't look. They had liens on him, and then they took him to court, and so he had been in court cases with them. But he still has the one that my brother lives in, that he rents to my brother, and that's kind of a weird thing. And then he bought my old condo that we used to live in. He bought that off of auction when it went to foreclosure. And it's a weird thing because the title, it's like we never changed the title over, so you could find it. So it's technically in my name, but he owns it, weirdly enough. So there's that property. And then this one, I don't know, is it Greenfields that Dad said, or West?
Okay, so Zach had a few properties before his arrest, which makes sense. Okay, so here's the thing. He owns a bunch of condos that he purchased. So he purchased all these condos. Sadie lives in one of the condos that he purchased.
And that could have been said succinctly like that, but instead she had to say it in this painful ass convoluted mismatched Kamala Harris word salad bullshit.
Yes.
Brigade. Okay. Just checking.
Yeah. So he's buying condos that at like possibly tax sales or whatever, and flipping them over, and fixes them up, flips them over, makes a little bit of money off of them.
Yeah.
It's not weird. Clearly bought it for the family to live in, but left it in her name. Yes. That
Yeah,
was a stupid thing to do because
seems
he probably could have used that money to get his defense planted. But
yeah.
silly him trying to provide for a family.
West Dallas is what he told me. Right?
Dumbass.
He did say
Yeah, how
Greenfield.
confident are you in where this house is?
Well, I know the girl, your friends live in Greenfield, so you're
No, she did not live in a house. No, she lived in a condo. Yeah, she couldn't afford a house. It does mean that she gets to keep the condo. Yeah, exactly. It's a home. Yeah, it does mean she gets to keep the condo. If you never transfer title over, then yeah, she gets to keep it, unless they never did the transfer of title. If they never did the transfer of title, if she forgets to pay her taxes on it, that person that their name is on that title work, unless she gets them to sign over like a quick claim deed, yeah, she's sort of screwed because they can come and take that away from her at any point in time and just say, my name's on the title. You don't have rights to this. See you. Bye. And then accuse
She
her of
is.
theft. Yeah. Becomes criminal trespass at that point in time. You just have her arrested for criminal trespass, kick her, the kids, all that kind of shit out. You say, listen, this isn't yours. You never paid me any rent. You've never paid me anything for this. I don't know what you had going on with your husband. Doesn't matter to me. This is my property. I own it. There is no eviction. You're not a tenant here. None of that stuff. You're just gone. That's how it works. Like there's certain rules behind it. Everyone says, oh, landlord tenant kind of rights. It's like, yeah, but you have to be a landlord. You have to be a tenant. You have to have some sort of agreement. It's not an eviction at that point in time. It's like, get the fuck out. You don't own it. Serious. No, certain states might have squatters' rights, and she could fight for it that way. But that's a little bit different.
Oh God, Sadie would do a squatter's right.
Yeah, she looks like a squatter. I'm so bad. So bad. Her house is in a cul-de-sac, from what I recall. I don't know. With the kids, as I'm aware. No, I don't know. See, I don't know. See, I don't search these people out. So as far as I know,
Yeah,
she's
I
got a
haven't.
condo. That's what she's saying here. She has a condo.
familiar with
Or maybe
Greenfield
she
and hearing
sold
that,
it.
then I don't know.
Greendale,
Maybe.
not Greendale.
Yeah, and he didn't say Greendale. When he said it, he said Greenfield or West Dallas Greenfield. Like, what do you care about?
So is he buying that house as a rental property or buying it for himself?
Buying it for himself. He bought it because right after he goes to jail, he's gonna move into it for probation. After he does.
What did you see? The mom's look. The
No, but did you
I
see
know
the
what's
police
going on.
officer with the right after he goes to jail probation?
Yeah.
Even the police officer's like, 12-year-old,
What?
you're not making sense.
Yeah. Mom is like weirding out.
That's
here,
not what we
too.
said. That's not what I told you to say. I mean, allegedly.
Yeah. Mom's fucking weird.
One, I don't know. Is it Greenfield that Dad said, or West Dallas is what he told me. Right? He did say
Yeah, how
Greenfield.
confident are you in where this house is?
Well, I know the girl. Well, your friends live in Greenfield, so you're familiar with Greenfield and hearing that, then I don't.
Greendale, not Greendale.
Yeah. And he didn't say Greendale. When he said it, he said Greenfield or West Dallas Greenfield. Like, what do you care about?
So is he buying that house as a rental property or buying it for himself?
Buying it for himself. He bought it because right after he
Look.
goes to jail, he's gonna move into
After
it
he goes to jail,
for probation. After he does probation, because he doesn't want anybody at his house unless.
So he did say that he wanted to have his probation time. He was going to get a house somewhere in Milwaukee, but because of everything going on, he's not disclosing to me anything because,
Yeah.
you know,
Because you're a fucking lying sack of stoned out crack whore piece of shit. Why would he disclose shit to you? That's why. I mean, she's
And
fucking coked out.
I don't I I don't understand what this girl is. Okay, did he have other charges pending at this
Yes,
point that he was
yes.
going?
He was
Okay.
on probation
Oh, okay.
for weed.
Okay, that makes more sense
Yes.
because I didn't understand why she was talking about him going to jail and then
Yes.
probation. I was like,
Yes. Why
"What
why
are we
would he
talking
know
about
he's
here?"
going to jail? Is he premonition or something? No,
I was like,
he had
"What were we
charges,
talking
and if I
Okay,
could be wrong on this, but I think it was in
okay,
California, he had charges for weed.
okay.
And so whenever he basically wanted to be closer to his kids, and he had the oldest one, from what I understand, living with him in California. So part of his probation, which you can do this on certain probation, you can reach out and say, listen, this is where I'm going to be in X state. Like my little brother had the same problem. He had charges for, I think he broke into a house or something like that and got arrested for burglary. Smart kid, and of course drugs and whatever. And was looking at spending his probation, but he was just like, living here in this state is really bad for me because all of the bad people that I was around are still here, and they were going to bring me right back into the same shit. So what he did is spoke to my older sister, which lived in Illinois at the time, and said, hey, can I stay with you and transfer my probation to Illinois instead, which is what he did. He managed to get his probation transferred to Illinois. And if I'm not mistaken, that's what he did here is he got transferred over to Milwaukee, or into Michigan. Was it Michigan? Milwaukee's Michigan, I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong. Minnesota, Milwaukee. I don't know. It's one of them M states,
Milwaukee.
Midwestern states. Yeah. So he got transferred into that state, probably in that particular town, that particular district, or whatever. And so if he's got another job, he probably was looking to transfer all of his probation over to another area. That makes sense to God.
Yeah.
Fucking God, I have a story about breaking in and into one of them M states. Yeah, states. Yeah, Milwaukee, Michigan,
One of those
Minnesota.
from the crash test dummies.
Oh, what was that again?
Once there was this state where Milwaukee was, but we don't remember because it was the M states.
So he's
This
getting things
must be
set up
how
to have
Biden feels all the time.
like a retard that just ran into a case of Lyme. I don't know.
Mr. Mo walked in on me and I was having an entire conversation of why am I in this room? And I got to this point where I was like, this must be how Joe Biden feels just all the time. Like, who am I and why am I here? Just all the time. And Mr. Mo is just looking at me as I'm having this full on confused
Meltdown.
ass conversation with myself. And he's like, "Are you having fun?" And I was like, "Do you
Yes.
remember why I'm here?" It's like, "No." But I'm entertained. I'm like,
Well, there's been so
"Ass."
many times the wife's come down and she's just like, who are you talking to? And I'm like, myself. She was like, you're so weird. I was like, other people might be listening too. I mean, but generally I'm just talking to myself,
I
and
crack me up.
chat is just the voices in my head keeping me aware that I'm still a breathing human.
9 out of 10 of my voices say I'm awesome. That 10th voice sucks.
Oh, I love it.
There's always one.
He's going to jail.
That,
Yes, those has to be
again, that, I don't know. So now is, so he thinks that they're going to probably not give him any time, but maybe like 2 weeks, he was told.
Sure.
And then he'll be able to do the rest of his time on probation here.
Gotcha.
Where's he going to jail? In South Dakota?
But yeah, that's where it happened.
Right.
So South
Again,
Dakota.
it's all what he's told me. I have no records of
So he got in
He's not
trouble
going
in
to give
South
you
Dakota.
his probie papers, ma'am.
No, why would he? Okay, so it was South Dakota. Gotcha. Makes more sense. I'm going to do something real quick. I'm going to restart this particular one just because it's pissing me off. Copy. I'm just restarting the browser, so maybe it'll work.
Sounds good.
I'm hoping that it does because that's really starting to piss me off with this guy. All right, I may have lost a little bit of time, but it'll be back. Nope, that didn't fix it. It just blinked.
Fry,
no.
no. Do not
Oh.
dig at the bed.
Fry, you bad dog.
He's like, okay, I'm just going to turn around 8 times and then lay down. Because that makes the bed more comfortable.
And then, of course, he gives that.
Fry has a bigger bed. Fry wants to keep his pineapple bed because he's a dingus.
You want to see Fry? Oh, Fry is always welcome on here.
Let me see if I can.
Fry.
As a dumpster
Fry.
puppy, he is on the bed.
So we put it on solo layout.
Oh,
Go to
my
Fry.
dirty room.
There's Fry over there. He is like, I am a dingus. I am looking at you. I see into your soul. I am supposed to be a Pomsky.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You're no Pomsky, buddy.
He is like, I is a dainty kitten.
Whenever you become a Pomsky, then we'll believe you.
He's like, I is a lap puppy, I promise.
Sadie is not allowed any Fry privileges.
No,
Fry
no, she's not.
by the bed. Fry is an Alienware rig.
Yeah, well, that's what when people ask me what kind of thingy do you have, I'm like, it lights up.
It looks pretty.
Really. Yeah, I was like, it has different colors, y'all. When I say that I Mointhedeepend really does come from me like on a whim. I suck at all technology.
See, me, I'm the opposite because I built my first computer in 1998, I believe it was. Like built it from the ground up because I bought one. It was like, oh, here, buy a computer from us and we'll have like the latest thing, blah blah blah. I was like, okay. I got it home and it immediately crashed. And so I took it back to them and I was like, fix it. You know, it's warranty, whatever. And they were just like, sure. They had it for like 3 months. And I got it back and I set it up. I was like, oh, cool. I get to do something. And all of a sudden it crashed again. I was like, oh, this sucks. So I took it back. I had that computer for a total of what was it? A year and a half. And it spent 9 months out of that year and a half in the shop waiting to be repaired. And whenever I got it back, they were like, please don't bring it back to us anymore. And
We
so
don't.
I was like, okay. And that's whenever I learned how to build computers from the ground up. And I built a computer from the ground up, and this is why I hate fucking laptops.
Okay, so
Can't fix them.
I can barely play Tetris. I am like your Aunt Edith with a jitterbug, and I decided on a whim to start a YouTube channel, and I suck balls at technology. So that is why it's Mo in the deep end, because I just like cannonball belly flopped into technology.
You're like, let's see how I can screw something else up.
I was like, I am pretty sure this is gonna be a catastrophe or hilarious.
Oh, it's definitely hilarious.
Well, okay, so y'all, the I am famous for calling Court TV twat waffles because I didn't know how Twitter works.
Is
Like, I didn't realize that when you reply to someone, like, I thought I was just replying to Megan Fox. I didn't realize I was replying to Megan Fox and Court TV.
oh.
So I wasn't being ballsy and all, a badass. I just simply don't know how the Twitters works.
I don't know how it works either. I just reply to everything whenever I reply to shit. They work by magic and stuff. Exactly, they do.
It
And
does.
as long as you know that.
I'm just proud of myself. I'm like, have you tried Control Alt Delete? Like that's
It's a special kind of special. But they are twat waffles, yes.
They are, but I wish I had done it because I was particularly badass or awesome. But no, it's just because I don't know things.
Yeah. Well, see, and I don't know the social media stuff. I'm really bad at it. Like I say what's on my mind whenever I say something, and I think I've gotten a little bit better at it, where I don't always like call people complete dumbasses or morons or fucktards or things like that. I think I've gotten a little bit better at it, and I don't just randomly, get in the whole Twitter argument thing, because I'm just like, okay, you're a fucking moron and I don't care. How's that? And I don't have to
Yeah.
tell them that they're a fucking moron, because, well, if they don't know it by this time, well, there's no point in me pointing it out to them. It doesn't make me
True.
feel any better.
No.
You're playing Warframe on your PC right now. I'm here for you for a good shut up Shizzy if you need it. See. Okay, shut up. I'll continue on. I'm so bad at this.
It wasn't over video that I saw it.
What was it over the video?
Where I saw you and Zalia together.
Okay.
Dad had brought me that night and left the boys at the house.
Are you serious?
Oh
shit! Are you?
Yeah. Faked shock and awe. You need to see that again, don't you? Because that was a lie. Just so you know, that was a lie. We'll rewind it a little bit. Okay. So what she said was a lie. Okay. What she just told that detective with them there is that she was left to watch the boys. At one point in time, she said she was left to watch the boys while he went over to the house. And then later on, she says that she was with him whenever he went over there. And then
he left
later
the
on, she
boys at
says
home.
that he took all the kids with him. So, which the truth is, he took all the kids with him because he didn't want to leave them alone, and went over there to see who this guy was that was spending time with his ex and concern for the children, which makes sense. It's like, who is this guy? What does he look like? I want to get my eyes on him. Just like, I've got a custody battle that's coming up. I know that. Who in the hell is this guy? Oh, they're sitting around smoking the crack pipe. Okay, this is good information to know. I'm going to use this
Yeah,
information so I can get control of the custody of my kids.
I mean, if you are going to interview a 12-year-old, isn't standard operating procedure to have a detective that specializes in interviewing children?
Well, I don't know if you would trust any of these detectives to be interviewing children. Just saying, they're not even competent
Well,
enough to question adults. What makes you think that they're intelligent enough to question children?
yeah, and then why, if you are, I mean, say a competent police force, you're questioning the child in front of, again, this should not even happen because this is not 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. First person at the scene of a potential crime area. Why is daughter even effing here?
Because mom brought her in.
To
Why did
muddy
mom
water.
bring her in? To validate mom's poor excuse for her existence.
Oh my gosh. This woman is awful.
Yes. And this is why so many people are so freaked out by what in the holy hell fuck shit world kind of place is this Kenosha place that people act like this. You got retards driving through parades. You have people like this, like being evil and shitty to people. It's like what is in the drinking water that's making these people insane? Trust me, there is nothing in the drinking water. There's nothing in the food that are making these people insane. It's just because you're allowed to see the process. Same way this is why Florida became really popular and really big, is because they have open records. If you get arrested, you do
Yeah.
something really stupid like chase down an alligator and beat it with a baseball bat and it takes off one of your arms, it's going to be reported on the news. It is going to be reported on the news. All the fucked up shit that you do is going to be reported.
Sunshine laws are awesome.
It is beautiful. Now, you don't see that in a lot of states. You're not going to see something like that happen in Ohio or Maine or Minnesota or California or Washington. They will suppress that stuff out and they will say, yeah, you don't have any right to that information. The craziness is everywhere. There's nothing in the water. It's just you're able to see it. These things are able to be released to the public. Can we try Daryl Brooks again? No. That is not entertainment. That is fucking torture. I hate you. I hate you. We are not watching that shit. Ever. Ever. No. No. I suffered through that whole freaking trial and no. Shame on you. Just mom is. Sorry, I backed up too far. This. What did I do? What did I fuck up?
Right. Again, it's all what he's told me. I have no
South
records or
Dakota.
anything, so I don't even know like exactly what happened. Like it's all been what he's told me.
So,
or her, you know.
So everything that you've discussed with me in your statement.
Yes.
Obviously, it's not normal behavior. I think we're all in agreement to that, right?
I am.
Yeah.
I think we need to understand that this is not normal.
She does.
Okay,
She does.
okay,
She's been great.
okay.
She's
I know.
a very smart little girl. And she's a
She
little girl.
certainly is.
She doesn't like being called
I know.
a young adult.
Young adult.
Yeah, she's very smart.
Dude, you're like a total perv.
That freaks me out. That's Rosalia's phone ring.
So
Why are
we
you
have more than
bringing
enough to charge.
Dario
Okay.
at this moment?
What was that?
Why is she bringing up Rosario at this moment?
Oh, why would she
Why
be?
insert him at this point?
Because Rosario worked at in the courthouse. If I'm not mistaken, he worked at the clerk's office for the courthouse.
Well, I
So
just
they
don't
probably already
understand.
knew who the guy was.
Okay.
Oh,
It just, yeah, it
I just saw that. I
doesn't.
was like, Amber's daughter's name. Onga. Do you think that Elon calls her that? Hey, Onga.
If Elon's smart, he doesn't call Amber at all.
Well, if he's smart, he would not do anything with Amber.
But Elon seems to have a vice for weird, crazy ass socialist women, so I have no idea.
Well, I mean, his mom was a model. Just saying.
True.
Just saying.
True.
She's got to grow into Luna. It's weird. Especially not something crazy like having cancer. Nope, never. Elon denies his trans daughter entirely. Well, if you own Tesla, why would you give Trans Am any sort of like traction? Pontiacs are freaking horrible. I would deny the Trans Am also if I was Elon.
Is that the same child that also wanted to deny him or denounce him too, though?
Yeah, I say if you want to play with the snakes, well, here you go. Here's a pit of them. Have fun. Look like Indiana Jones, where you can see the plexiglass. It's just like I'm so scared. I mean, let's see. Someone says, "Hey, you want a Pontiac Trans Am? You want a Tesla?" I'm giving away one of them. I'd probably take the Tesla, and if I didn't like the damn thing, I would just trade it in and get a Pontiac Trans Am, and then maybe a few extra cars. Just saying.
True.
You know, you're addicted to SpaceX. You've seen over 100 launches in person. That's awesome.
Cool.
Dude, really, that is absolutely awesome. He just served papers sometimes for court, but was contractor for his job. Yeah.
Oh.
I want a real car that takes gas. Thank you. Well, and I always tell my wife this kind of stuff because she's like, oh, but if you got like a hybrid, you'd be saving the planet. I was like, no, it wouldn't. She was like, what do you mean? I was like, you realize how much cobalt that they have to pull out of the ground and lithium that they have to pull out of the ground, all of the plastics and metals, and we're talking expensive
Toxic
stuff.
fire.
Yeah, they usually use
and
small children to do
electricity
this
from
stuff.
coal.
Yeah. Isn't it weird? And so you actually it's really cool. It's like, maybe we can destroy the planet faster if I did get a Tesla. Sounds like a wonderful idea. I was like, get some solar panels that are only going to last about 10 years before you have to dispose of them. And guess what? You can't put them in a landfill because you can't be disposed of that way. Oh, they don't have any way of disposing those either. Or those batteries. I'm all for it. Let's just screw some shit up. Think about this. Your printer cartridges, those printer cartridges that they tell you that, oh, if you send them back, we send them off, and it's so ecological and everything. You know what happens with those printer cartridges? They've got containers, tons and tons of shipping containers that they just load those things up in, and they just sit there. They just sit there. They have no idea what they're going to do with them. But you know what makes you feel better? You didn't put it in a land.
You know, Futurama has a solution for this, and it's called "Send It Into Space."
Yeah. Maybe you can hit another planet with the shit that you send into space.
Send it into the sun.
Yes, absolutely. EV ruins the environment and is done by slave labor. But hey, it's a cool little go-kart. I mean, that's the way I look at it. It's like the technology
It'd be
is wonderful.
Hey, who wouldn't want a self-driving car?
Yeah. I mean, it worked
Possibly.
really well for Arnold, didn't it, in Total Recall?
Well,
I mean, they
yeah.
had self-driving cars in that. What was that other guy's name? I forget who his partner was in that one. Yeah, he's like he would get in a car and they'd be drinking their coffee. There's the very beginning of it, the little helicopter
Oh,
and all
yeah.
that stuff. Yeah. Suicide booth. But they don't dump them in the ocean? Surprising. No. Oh, yeah, apparently you have to be ready to take the wheel at any moment. That's not how I pictured it.
Well, yeah, that's the law. You can't just, be sleeping apparently, or any other number of things.
Well, whenever I was in England, so this was 2017, 2017. I think that's right. Like 2017, wife and I took a trip to England, and they have automated cars somewhat. They're not completely automated. They have lane guidance and they have cruise control on it with a distance metering. So if you're in heavy traffic, you can basically take your foot off the gas pedal. And every so often you have to put your hands on the steering wheel so that it knows that you're not asleep, or else the steering wheel starts shaking really violently. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I drove all over England in one of those, and you get like on the interstate and stuff, and you just set your speed limit to whatever the speed limit's supposed to be. And if traffic slows down, the car would slow down, and you would just be cruising along. And then whenever traffic sped up or you changed lanes, it would accelerate. And it was pretty close to self-driving. I mean, you still had to pay attention, but it was like, wow. Especially on like the winding roads that you get in, like in the Cotswolds, and you're just like, well, shit, I don't even have to, it'll just steer for me somewhat. I mean, I'm so paranoid that I'm just like, hey, I'm not taking my hands off the freaking wheel. But whenever it would steer and it would like keep going, I'm like, this is awesome.
Look, I am terrified this is when Skynet takes over. We were warned, people. We were warned. Sarah Connor got all buff. She tried to take care of this. And here we are just letting AI take over again. I don't know why y'all want to do this to me.
No, AI will take over the idiots is what'll happen. The smart ones, they'll just be like, yeah, this is a step too far. You just have to know where that line is. You have to draw that line for yourself, same way you do with anything else. And you say, this is the line that I'm not going to let AI cross. And once they do, well, it might be too late, but at least you've drawn your line in the sand.
Shizzy, a person is smart. Our governments are stupid.
Yeah. That's why you never put them in control of anything. What, you let the government control you now? We know better than that. You're uncontrollable, Mo.
No, but dumb people keep sending their DNA in to find out their genealogy. I can't help people.
Tinkle just like, I work in AI. Well, if you can get me the AI that actually does short video clips and get me a copy of that where I can use it, trust me, you're going to see my channel fucking go crazy. The intros that I'll do for people, just allow me the ability to put in a woman that actually is drinking fucking coffee. I don't care if she's pouring it down her throat out of a coffee mug. Damn it. I want the ability to create the kind of images that I want. And I don't want to pay some actress that can't even fucking act to do it for me.
True.
It's like, man, the stuff that I would come up with, you give me that ability to do video AI. Oh, you talk about some Sunday night story times. Ooh. It'll be like
They'll
a
be
voice.
animated.
Oh my God, it would be so animated. You have no idea how animated it would be. Could you imagine Valhalla riding a goat steed into battle? Wearing nothing but a loincloth? I would do it. I would so do it. Oh my God. See, you're laughing. You've oh my God. Our story times have been so insane with that stuff. I mean, I've got Sea Swept that, I mean, there are so many like horrible stories that turn out lovely, and there's some lovely ones that turn out horrible that you have no idea where it's going to go. And I don't let anybody in on it until it just gets to that final chapter, and they're like, "Oh, that was disappointing," or "Oh my God, I wish the story would never end." It's like the never ending story.
It's like the choose your own adventures and you always die. I
Yes.
never got the happy ending. I was always like, none of these choices make sense.
Yeah. Why?
You're always punished for doing the right thing and or the wrong thing. I could never logic it out. I was like, life doesn't make sense. Thank you, storybook, for teaching me that shit. I'm glad you gave me no hope and cynicism as a child. Thank you. I'm gonna start drinking now. Glad I'm
Yes.
a happy 8-year-old.
Happy 8-year-old. Well, at this point, I know that Mo is probably getting tired, and she's
Yep.
she's like, I am ready to end this stream. But you know what? We did make it through quite a bit. We made it through at least 15 minutes.
Score.
It's funny. We could take 15 minutes of video and turn it into an entire show. So
That's why I say we vaguely touch on the Sadie interview, and then most of it is us just BS.
It is. But if you're up for it, we'll do it again tomorrow.
Sounds like a plan. But Fry is like, yes, agree, Mom, so I can sleep on your bed for a little bit longer.
Just a little bit longer. Come on.
He's
you
like,
love me.
Yeah. He's like, you have a California king. You'll be okay.
You'll be okay. You don't need the whole thing. I will just take up half of it. You can have.
I'll just take all of it.
You and the other guy can have the other half. That's if I don't kick him in the head too many times. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we end the story for tonight. Thank you. Make sure that you've hit the like and subscribe. Make sure that you've gone and checked out Mo, done all the YouTube-y things, all those special things that we ask you to do. I can't remember what all of them are because I can't even remember who in the hell I am half the time. So if you do it for me, you know what? You are more special than me because I am not special, but I am slightly inebriated. So you guys have a wonderful night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes.
Peace, y'all.
Bye, guys.
I love a buttered biscuit.